Hello and welcome, Mark from Gunpla Network here, and today I'm bringing you the very special review courtesy of Side 7 Exports. Remember to check out their website, link in the description below. This is the HG Zaku I, the MS-05S that I unboxed recently, and here it is spinning around in all its fully built glory. It's actually a really cool kit. This is my first Gundam, the Origin kit, and hopefully won't be my last at this point because this Zaku was awesome to put together. I've built a couple of RG Zakus now. I've built an MG Zaku, and I've built the HG Zaku I built was the one from 0083 Stardust Memory, so it was a bit older. This one though was an awesome build. A lot of spare parts, so many options, just because I think this variant that it is, there's two different types of armor you could use, different colors, but we'll dive right in and take a look. So that's him in the bare bones form, just there spinning around, all water slide decaled up, and yeah, ready to go. Okay, so let's take a look at the accessories first. This is what he comes with. So you can see here, some weapons, some accessories, some hands. It's a HG kit, so you get two heat hawks. So this is your, I guess, inactive mode. It's got a peg on the side to attach to the hip or side skirt, and that's pretty secure on that. The active mode one will just slide into one of the open hands, either the left or the right, because you get both. You get two Zaku machine guns. Now, this is the standard Zaku machine gun, and it's a pretty cool one. I've built a couple before, the RGs and stuff, and I think I quite like this one. With a couple of minor mods, it'd be nice. There's your standard front grip there. I've left a dirty nub. Shame on me. You get two ammo drums for it. Now, these are hollowed out underneath, so you'd want to avoid exposing those because they just don't look very good underneath. The RG ones are much better, but they look good from the top. Now, the locking mechanism is just a cross with a peg at the end of it, which goes into the hole. Gloves make everything slippery and twice as hard, but I think they look cool. So there you go. That's what it looks like, fully formed up. The grip moves as well as the scope moves. And on the grip, that actually locks into the hand. So you can attach that ammo drum to the back skirt if you wanted. Now this one, this is the one I do like. This is the belt-fed Zaku machine gun. So there's your belt magazine, which attaches to the underside of the backpack. There's two holes there for the pegs, and that's pretty secure. The long chain attaches to the actual hand grip, so there's a thicker peg on the hand grip on this one, and that thin plastic at the top locks in underneath the hand, sandwiched between the grip and the hand, and then the other piece goes on the outside to hold it. This one is a bit harder to maneuver when you're trying to get it to grip. It's got the same standard front grip and sight though on it. Now onto the hands, you had your one trigger finger hand, so unfortunately you don't get two. You get an open expressive hand, and you get two holding hands, which 4 hands in total, that's pretty good. Now, these are the leftovers of the water slides. I didn't use any stickers at all. The water slides were pretty good. I unfortunately ham-fisted a couple when I was doing it, and you'll notice there might be a couple of breaks in lines, like one on the chest. I use a knife, which is not the recommended thing for moving them, but I always struggle with moving them with cotton swabs. Okay, so these are the leftover parts. I don't usually show it like this, but there were just so many and I wanted to show the difference. So you get two thruster bells, different ones. Now, if you're a modder, great. You could always attach those somewhere if you wanted to make a semi-mobility, high mobility type, but otherwise they're just for the backpack. You get polycaps as standard. There's always HG polycaps left over. There is a separate chest piece in all grey, so kind of like the was it the C5 type in the Origin line. You get a few different chest options. Now this is the neck that drops over the top, like the I guess the neck shoulder cover, so slightly different to the one there. It's just a different colour, I think. Now this is where you get some spare parts left over. You've got like legs, shoulder cover. So if you wanted to make it the all red version, you can. I mean, it might defeat the purpose of buying this unless you really want those water slides and the cool artwork, but hey, you've got spare pieces left over now. And the A1 runner, so more pinky kind of your backpack cover, the elbow to forearm covers, shoulder cover like a frame, and yeah, that's yeah, there's a lot of stuff left over. So waist piece cover, instead of grey you could use a pink one. So here he is just standing there. You can see he's got water slides on him. This has got two gloss coats, sorry, one gloss coat on it. I put a Alclad 2 Aqua Clear gloss down, and then I did the water slides, and I did kind of almost heavy weathering. I didn't mean it to be that heavy, it just kind of dried before I got back to cleaning it off, but that's just the Tamiya brown fluid in the bottle that you can put with pinks and reds and yellows and stuff. I use the brown. So he's pretty cool looking. There's water slides, backs of knees, elbows. These do look a great deal better than the stickers. So if you're looking just for any reason to get another Zaku and you want one, get this one. I believe Side 7 has some in stock, so you can get it still for a good price. Don't forget the Gunpla Network discount code. And yeah, that's just a sticker on the eye though. That wasn't a water slide, that's just a sticker under there. Now if we take the head off, broken it in pieces, but that's alright, it's only 3 pieces or 4 pieces, it'll go back together. Head back together, there we go. So the mono eye is on a piece inside that actually rotates. So underneath there you can see, I had it slightly to the right, but flick it to the left, leave it in the middle, it kind of makes, because that is a poor design, that little piece down the middle blocks the sensor, but yeah, you can slide it either side with a knife or a pair of tweezers, or if you've got really long fingernails, which I don't, so. And there's that neck piece. I like the guard on that one. It just slots down over the top of it and gives it like an impression of a, I don't know, like a flex cable cover or some sort of like hose cover, which is really cool. So articulation wise, you can see the head will go all the way around. I do like the Zaku I head. It's very streamlined. Yeah, it's kind of got like a little fin on the back instead of a big one on the front. You'll go side to side and some back to front, and you will look up and down a bit. Now, this is the really cool design later HGs had, which you can flex. The whole side covers that hold the arms will either rotate forward or back a little, giving you the option to, you know, make him look pose forward or look a bit more, you know, menacing. So the side spiked shoulder cover will move a little. The big shield will pull out a bit and rotate all the way around. So some good movement there, and they're not loose at all. The arm will get all the way around. It has an awesome amount of flex. It will go full 90 degrees on itself. So it's really cool. And then if you rotate that forward and then all the way forward with the polycap there, you can do that kind of like a shoulder spike barging forward from the original anime series. So yeah, that's really cool. Obviously the hands are just on ball joints, as you see in the videos. Their usual degree of movement, they're quite solid. Okay, the arms will go up pretty high there, except for that one, because the spike shield will hold it in. It can rotate all the way around because it's just on a peg. This one will get a full, you know, level shoulder because you can move that shield a bit more out of the way. Waist, mine felt a little loose at first. You got to make sure you lock it in properly. There is some forward and back. It's an interesting design inside the chest there, that's kind of like a long L-shaped piece with 2 balls, one either end. The side skirts, they're pretty solid, but mine did come off a little. If you pull that up, you got individual front skirts. There's pretty much nothing on the back skirt. The legs will go all the way level at the front. Good amount of knee movement. Really interesting. I like these the HG Zaku knees, the way they've designed those. It covers really well and moves really well. Oh, and there goes my side skirt. So that's how the side skirt attaches. You've just literally got a ball and it squeezes into that big open piece, and yeah, it does work well, but it can come off. It's not an issue to stick it back in, it just goes on. Now, what's really cool is this is kind of like my MG Gundam Mark II 2.0 waist. When you build that, that can swivel forward and back to give you, like, you know, different angles and variation of movement. So that's really cool. So this is really articulated, guys. Have lots of fun posing this, and it did feel really solid for the most part. the feet will go down. Oh, that's right, there's a foot gimmick there. So if you pull the toe forward and up, it actually separates. That's like RG style gimmicks on a HG, so bonus for there. Alright, here you go. He's loaded up now, he's got his Heat Hawk, he's got the belt-fed machine gun attached to the bottom of the backpack there. Now, the only part, like I said, I had issues with is when you're trying to pose this, obviously that stiff plastic belt coming out of the gun will make it slightly difficult to get that gun to pose, so you might want to two-handed pose the belt-fed machine gun. But yeah, it's a really cool looking kit. I like this design. Alright, here he is, up on an action base with your connector underneath there. I've rotated that forward so the legs kind of give the illusion like he's flying or jumping backwards. He's holding the belt-fed machine gun with two hands, which, like I said, is probably a better way to do this one just because of the stiffness in that plastic, the bullet feed. Just kind of a simple pose now. I've switched to the standard Zaku machine gun. You've got the magazine on the back skirt. He's holding the Heat Hawk. Really solid. This was really easy, and I like that pose, shield flick to the back a bit because he's ready to take anyone on. You know, great colors, great articulation, just the right amount of accessories. I would love the anti-ship rifle to come with this, but that's probably just me being greedy. You know, no bazookas, anything like that. But this variant in particular, you know, has the water slides, has the different colors, extra pieces. Here he is. This is actually a custom I did, one of my first ones, the RX-78 Revive Gundam, the HG. So a bit, you know, fuse difference between them, but there you go. The Gundam actually looks anorexic in comparison to the Zaku, which looks pretty beefy. So yeah, very similar, you know, just slightly shorter in the heights, similar articulations and stuff, but just that was more of a size comparison. And, you know, show him off with Amuro there. You know, you've got your Nemesis kind of thing with him. So, alright guys, that's the end of the review. I tried to get him to pose up here with the box art that you get, which was really awesome. So that's probably a great way to display this actually, if you can, if you've got enough space in your cabinet. I'd cut out the front of the box there and stick it to the back wall and then stick the Zaku in front of it. This is a really awesome kit. I think it's well worth the money. Water slides are always a bonus. We don't get them enough with HGs, so take advantage of this opportunity. Check out Side 7 Export's website. They have these available. Don't forget to use the Gunpla Network discount code, and I'll catch you on the next review. Bye bye.